Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world. I am LaQuisha Nelson, also known as the Black Girl Abroad, and on this channel we talk about everything travel, lifestyle, and careers as it pertains to me living abroad in Kuwait for 5 years. I'm in the kitchen because coming home, I just had a craving for some brownies. I am not at the point where I make baked goods from scratch because, baby, my baked goods from the box barely come out right. But I was like, I really want some brownie a la mode, like a nice warm fudgy brownie with some nice cold sweet vanilla ice cream. That's gonna be so delicious. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, it's gonna be so delicious, so good. So I'm gonna make that, and then I'm gonna get into the topic of this video. I'll be back. Do anybody else still eat the batter in the bowl? That's honestly the best part. And I'm back. So we're gonna get right into the info. This video is gonna talk about everything you need to know when it comes to cost-wise for traveling and enjoying your time in Vietnam. I wanna first start by saying that we traveled to Hanoi, Vietnam, which is the capital of Vietnam, and it's one of the largest cities in northern Vietnam. This has nothing to do with the currency of stuff. I just thought I should let you know. I also mentioned it to say that we had to travel to other destinations from Hanoi. So that's also calculated in this total cost of my whole spring break extravaganza. Now, I also want to compare Lord, here we go. Y'all know I can't say it. The Vietnamese. I'm so sorry to the people of Vietnam. But we're gonna also compare the Vietnamese dong, the three currencies that we was calculating as we were in Vietnam. So I'm gonna compare the dong to the dollar, the dinar. I'm gonna compare the dong to the rand, the South African rand. Even though Bear doesn't really convert a lot to South African rand, but I just feel like if anybody's watching from South Africa, okay, and you want to go, now you know what to look for, okay? So let's start off with the United States dollar. So one United States dollar is equal to 23,445 Vietnamese dong, okay? So one Kuwaiti dinar is 76,420 and 35 cents dong. Now, what I do remember about the American dollar to the South African rand is that $1 is 14 or 15 rand, and one dinar is about 49 to 50 rand, one dinar. So let's see if that's still true. And one rand is 1,297 and 12 cents dong. Okay, so all these conversions are going to be below, so you can know what I'm talking about when you see the price. I recently released a TikTok video that I will share right here of the cost breakdown of the stuff that I remember. I don't think I did the whole trip, y'all, because at some moments it was kind of like, oh, we just went here, spur of the moment, or we kind of just did this, but I will do my best to try to give you everything. So first, let's talk about the flights. We flew Qatar Airways. I'm not trying to be funny, but Qatar, what's been going on lately, boo? Like, you went from being a favorite and now it's like, what's happening?
You don't find that suspicious?
One World Alliance, what's happening? Like, even the airport experience coming back from Hanoi, I was just Hanoid. I was Hanoi because I'm like, what's going on? But that's not what this is about. Let's get into the cost of the flight. So the round trip airfare from Kuwait to Hanoi and Hanoi to Kuwait with a layover in Doha, both ways, was $1,300. Okay, so 1,300 American dollars. Now let's break down what I did for this cost. Cause listen, honey, I'm a payment plan girl. Just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Okay. I didn't want $1,300 coming out of my account all at one time. I didn't. So what did I do? I went through Affirm, and through Affirm, you can do monthly, 6 months, or even every 3 months payments. It's all about what you are comfortable with paying. And so I like that they do that now with flights because it makes it more affordable and it makes you able to go see the world and travel and do those type of things. And I was happy to see a luxury airline like Qatar being able to book flights through Affirm. That really was a shocker to me. I was like, okay, Qatar Airways. Now, there were cheaper, I'm sorry, let me take that word out of my vocabulary, because cheap just sounds so like degrading. There were more affordable airfares that we could have taken. One being the Vietnam Airlines, but it came with so many different stops. I think we stopped in India, then we stopped in Thailand, then we finally made it to Hanoi. I'm gonna put the airlines down here that we could have took. They offer some dollars off, but it came with way more stops, longer duration of the flight times, and it just wasn't worth it overall for the quality that we know, or that we thought Qatar Airlines had, and for the experience of Qatar Airlines and just having direct flights. So you couldn't beat that. And then for the hotel accommodations, we booked 7 days, 6 nights at the 𝗦𝗃𝗃 Hanoi, which is beautifully located. So let me take a moment to brag on the 𝗦𝗃𝗃 Hanoi. It is a pain to get to. Like, it is difficult getting to the 𝗦𝗃𝗃 Hanoi, because if you don't really know, like, and I mean, we trust the drivers because clearly they provided us with a driver from the hotel. And the cost of getting a driver from the hotel to pick us up in a 7-seater van, which would accommodate the 3 of us, the driver, I'm gonna talk about that in the other video, and 6 luggages. It was 22 American dollars to go from the airport to the 𝗦𝗃𝗃 Hanoi hotel. And the hotel was about an hour away from the airport. So that was an amazing deal. And our hotel was absolutely beautiful. It was hectic crossing the street to get to the hotel. But once we stepped in, I mean, from the moment we was across the street, the doormen came out to meet us along with security. They took our bags. They made sure to put their hand out to say we have people crossing the streets. Because y'all have to understand, it's motorbikes going just like this, both ways. And so you're kind of intimidated the first time you're trying to cross the street because you're like, I'm scared, I don't want to get hit. But they got you across the street safely. You walked in, it smelled nice, the ambiance, the opulence. I mean, that hotel was beautiful, okay? And then when you walk in, it's the lobby. They give you a welcome drink. It was very delicious. And then on top of that, when you keep walking in further, it's another lounge area, and then it's the restaurant. And the hotel is very quaint. It's very, very quaint. So I think it was only 9 floors, and we were on floor 3. And we had the room that was conjoining. So we had the room that had the balcony facing the busy street, which I loved. It reminded me so much, the balcony reminded me so much of like Bourbon Street. And you know how the balconies are real small on Bourbon Street, and you can go out, you can see the streets and the lights and hear the people and the horns blowing, and that's what it reminded me of. So we had that room with the bigger bed, which they decorated for us. Shout out to 𝗦𝗂𝗽𝗃𝗧𝗍𝗧's personal assistant. If you know, you know. Because they decorate the bed so nice, and it said spring break, and it was just so cute. And then the other room was like the kids' room, kind of like it had the two single beds, a nice restroom. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. It didn't smell bad. It was more than enough space so we can put our stuff, because again, we had the conjoining room. So I think that's what contributed to us having a little more space. We had the mini bar in our room. Well, not mini, well, yes, it was a mini bar. It didn't have liquor, but it had like Coca-Cola, those nasty Lay's potato chips. Water. We had free water too from the hotel. What else did it have? I feel like it did have some beer, but we did not drink the beer. And so for us to stay 7 days, 6 nights, it was $444 per person. Okay. So if you was to multiply that times 3, the hotel stay was around $1,200 as well. And so then we had some food. And we that first day we wanted to get in and just chill and kind of just rest from the early morning flight and stuff like that. So we ate at the hotel. And so day 1 food, we ate at the hotel. I ended up getting the pumpkin soup with the prong. It was delicious. And then I had the pho with the pork. When I tell y'all that food was so good. When I tell y'all that food was so good, okay? And then we split a charcuterie board. I'm so used to saying charcuterie.
Just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep.
Then we split a charcuterie board, which was delicious, okay? And then I had 1 cocktail, I think. Our drink was free. And the reason why our drink was free, okay, I should go into that. The reason why our cocktail was free that first time is because they messed up our car service at the airport. They messed up our car service because we initially booked for 7, but they sent us for 5. And because they messed it up, they gave us 3 free cocktails, which was amazing. So the cocktail was free. So the only thing, come on. The only thing we paid for was the food. And when we split the total of the bill, each of us paid $23. $23. Now, let me tell you what 𝗦𝗃𝗃𝗃 had. 𝗦𝗃 and Colette splitted the spring rolls. One of them had the millionaire fried rice. The millionaire fried rice, which came with like chicken, pork, steak, an egg on top, and it looked delicious. And like I said, we just split the whole total. Y'all still with me? I'm still in day 1. So later on that night, again, we got some more perks thanks to 𝗦𝗃𝗃𝗃's personal assistant. And we got a discount at the spa, the hotel spa. Now, I don't know about y'all, and this might not be something you're willing to splurge your money on, but as for me and mine, I'm gonna use a spa service every time. Every single time, okay? So I end up getting a 75-minute massage, and I'm gonna tell y'all in the next video when I do my review of Hanoi how that massage went. But I got a 75-minute massage for a whopping, drum roll please, $20. To my spa girls out there, y'all know a 75-minute massage. Listen, you know, it was a trend going around on TikTok that said, in your more mature age, what are some things you just gonna spend money on? And for me, I'm gonna always spend money. Listen, I can't go back to getting hour massages, y'all. Once I tapped into that 75-minute, 90-minute massage, it was no going back for me. Cause that hour just go by too quick. Too quick. They do 2 little rub downs on your back and then it's like, all right, turn over, miss. No. Baby, I get a whole 90-minute massage now when I get my massages, because why not? One time I even got a 2-hour massage and I felt like I'm gonna have to start getting 2-hour massages, because baby, it just, yes. $20 for $20. 20. Y'all know that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Hey! Glory to God.
Oh, if we go to the total for day 1, this is including the hotel, food for day 1, and the massage for day 1. Our total spendings for day 1 in Hanoi came out to be $483. And most of that was the hotel. That's not bad, y'all. That is not bad whatsoever. Okay, let's move on to day 2. Now, I also want to mention, when you go to Vietnam, if you are an American citizen as well as a South African citizen, you can receive a visa on arrival. And I did read that, but I didn't want to chance it because I've been reading and researching how the visa process is so much for Vietnam, regardless of your nationality. So I applied for an e-visa, and that also needs to factor into your costs. An e-visa for an American citizen was $25 US. Now, the e-visa process for Khaled, who is South African, was a bit more expensive, and it involved a lot more than just an e-visa. It involved her getting a certified letter saying that she had the right to travel. It included her visa. It included something else. I can't remember all the things it included for her. But her total for traveling to Vietnam was 168 American dollars. So just keep that in mind, the different nationalities. Yes, y'all, I have recognized that I have passport privilege. I don't know for how much longer, if you ain't been seeing what's going on in the news, but that's the reality of it, unfortunately. But I do want to make sure I talk about that visa cost just in case. Africans. So this was the thing. They told her she could get a visa on arrival, but then when she spoke to someone at the embassy, they told her that South Africans is on the list of restricted countries or something, which is why she had to go through that process. Now, the good part is when she exited the flight, the gentleman was waiting for her, who she'd been, corresponding with. And he was waiting for her, and he took her to get her visa, and it took up a whole page in her passport, and that was that. For American citizens, it did not take up a page. We just got the basic stamp, a new passport. But yeah, let me show you. So this is the stamp you get when you go to Hanoi. Just a regular old stampy dampy. So yeah. Day 2 in Hanoi started off with breakfast, which was free because that came with our hotel accommodation. And so the breakfast was absolutely delicious. They had a buffet style, so it came with a variety of cheeses, a varieties of meats, a varieties of pastries and breads. It had cereal. It had an egg station where you can get an over easy egg, a fried egg, an omelet. It had where you can get a boiled egg, a poached egg. It had where you can make your own eggs Benedict. It had a coffee station. Now, all coffee choices were not free. Like, I went up there trying to ask for an ice white mocha, and she was like, "No, we ain't got that." And then the lady, shout out to her, she a real one. She was like, she said, "Well, you can just make regular coffee into a latte. Do you want me to do that for you?" And I said, "Yes, please. 2 shots of espresso." They had a pancake station, a waffle station, a French toast station, all kinds of bacon. Not beef bacon, not turkey bacon, the pork. Okay, the swine. Listen, swine is fine with me. Okay, I'm a city girl, but you know, the people say I'm country because I'm from Texas, so I just go with that. But I like pork. Pork chops, pork ribs. I done started eating ham. But that bacon, oh, pork skin, ooh. But that bacon was delicious. And I had bacon every day knowing I shouldn't because I got EP problems. But anyway, so, and then they had a juice bar. So it was a nice breakfast. And they also had pho, which is a staple in most Southeast Asian countries. And especially in northern Vietnam, which is where we were. So let's get into the cost for day 2. Breakfast, $0. And then we did a lot of exploring. So because our hotel was centrally located, and it was located minutes away from the infamous train street, it was located minutes away from the old quarter, it was located minutes away from the lake and the Note Cafe and all that. Like, it was just literally amongst everything we really wanted to do. And so we said, let's just walk. Let's just explore. Let's use Tom and Jerry, okay? So that was free, $0. And then we came across we went to Train Street. And in order to get on Train Street to see the train run, well, this is the first thing. The train didn't run on the weekends. But I'm going to get into all that. Then we walked down to the lake. And that was beautiful. That was amazing. They had like a little temple in the middle of the lake. That was so cute. It was like a bridge and everything over the temple. That was amazing. Walked to the Note Cafe. And then we passed up the tea spot that the girls had raved about all the night before. And so they was like,
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Like, this tea was the best tea. I've been waiting for this tea all my life. And so I was like, girl, if you've been waiting for this tea all your life, I got to try it. Okay? And so I ended up getting me a tea. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called the fruit tea or something like that. But it was very delicious. And it was a big cup like this. Okay? So let's get to the cost of the tea. A street tea, or a street vendor tea. Very delicious, very nutritious, fresh fruit. They make it there in your face. That was 81 cents. It wasn't even a full $1. That was 81 cents. Okay? Baby, what? Yes. Then we went to the Note Cafe, and I did get a smoothie at the Note Cafe, in which the smoothie, my bill was around 50,000 dong, which is $2.13. So far into day 2 in Hanoi, I have spent less than $4. The food tour. Okay, so we did the food tour. And per person, the food tour with Alice was $26 a person, or $25 a person. And we went to 7 major street food spots. And y'all, that food was so... Some of them was just like an absolute hit, while some of them was just like, oh, girl, why you make me try this? But I thought that was amazing to get to experience different street food that they're known for only $25 a person. And the tour included her paying for you. So how it works is you go up to the places, she orders the food, and then she pays for it. So some of that money that you pay up front, that $25, is to cover her, and it's to cover the street food. At the end of the street food tour, are y'all keeping up? So $25. And then we tipped her, and each of us tipped her, I believe it was 100,000 of their money. So that's 300,000. So let me see. Let me see what that is, child. So we tipped her about $12. Oh, we went souvenir shopping, and the souvenirs were very affordable. The souvenirs are around, they were like my total of stuff that I received, because I brought a card from a lady, that was like $2. The card is so cute. So this is one of the cards that I purchased. So on the outside, it looks like this. And then on the inside, look how 𝗙𝗘𝗧𝗏𝗃𝗧. It's like that 3D little card. And y'all, when I saw 𝗦𝗃 talking to the first lady, I was like, 𝗦𝗃's a sucker. Girl, you a sucker. But it's really cute. And I see why she was a sucker, because I was suckered. I wasn't suckered, but I was just like, that's very beautiful. I want that. So that was $2.13. And then in the souvenir shop, I purchased 2 bags. I purchased a pack of magnets. I purchased a fan. And I purchased about 4 keychains. And that came to a total of $26. But then we end up getting hungry. And it's a rule in Vietnam where they don't serve food past 10 p.m. And if they do, it's like a tax. It's like a high tax put on the companies. So we end up going to this recommended seafood restaurant, because the name was like, we all love seafood. We want some seafood. Baby, all I had was a Pepsi. That was around $1. I saw a McDonald's right near the place. And I said, I'm not eating this buffet. I went to McDonald's, and I think at McDonald's I spent a total of like $7, because I got ice cream for the girls because they wanted some ice cream, and then I got myself a chicken nugget meal. So I think that was around $7 USD. And then of course we had the taxi fares, which y'all, the taxi fares really was not expensive whatsoever. I think the taxi going to the restaurant, which we was like, girl, we could have saved a taxi ride. It was 90,000 dong, which is $3.84. And then the taxi going back to the hotel was 100,000 dong, which was $4.27. So let's calculate day 2 adventures. So that brings us to a grand total for day 2 of $77.47. All right, y'all, now we're in day 3 of Hanoi. And day 3 was when we went to the village tour with our host, Dong. And y'all, that was such an amazing tour. And y'all, we worked on these villages. So let's get into it. The tour for the villages was $45 per person. This includes you going to 3 different villages. And this included you having lunch. And this also includes your transportation from the hotel to the different villages and back to the hotel. And then we purchased our hats. Y'all saw our hats. Yes, baby. Y'all see? Y'all see? She's giving real Vietnamese. See, when I do the straps, honey, hold on, let me wear this properly. Because y'all ain't gonna come for me, because, baby, she's stamped and cultured, okay? Let me wear this properly. Baby, look at this. Yes, honey, so this was one of the villages we went to, which was the hat making village. And she really taught us, like, my hat is finished with silk with 100% Vietnamese silk, okay? And then the inside is made with the bamboo. So look, the little circular frames is bamboo. This is bamboo leaves. And then on top of this is banana leaves. And then it's finished with the silk. And this is hand threaded, okay? And then of course they do this part, which takes like 20 minutes. We saw the girl do this to Sine hat. And then they just add this little strap here for it to stay on your head. And then they also do this part. And so if you wanted a regular hat without the silk finish, it was 150 dong, which is around $6.40. But if you got a hat like mine with the silk finish, it was 250 dong, which was around $10.66. And this is $10 well spent. By the time we made it back home from the village tour, we were tired. But we did tip our driver and we did tip our tour guide. I gave 150 towards the driver, and then I gave 200,000 towards the tour guide. That day, I think we ordered some Church's chicken. So, well, it was called Texas chicken, but you know, the Texas people knew this is Church's. And baby, them biscuits were delicious. Let me tell you something about the people of Vietnam. They know how to fry some chicken. And I watched a documentary that said they know how to fry chicken because of the Vietnam War and so many black soldiers were over there. The black soldiers taught them how to fry the chicken. Because, baby, I could have sworn I was eating, like, chicken out my grandma's house. Like, that's how good and flavorful and crispy the chicken was, okay? Their app is called Grab, G-R-A-B. And I think we ordered a 9-piece. Because I think it was like, well, we each would get 3 pieces of chicken. Because I ate all 3 pieces of my chicken, baby. All 3. It was 400,000, which is around $17. And the reason why I know that is because I have 500,000 on me. And I gave that to Colette to just, you know, when she went downstairs to go pay for it or whatever. So it was 400,000, which was $17 for some Church's chicken. And baby, it was delicious, okay? It was delicious. So if I'm calculating for day 3, because I'm giving y'all numbers, okay? I'm giving y'all receipts and numbers, okay? Day 3 in Hanoi came to a total of $85.52. Whoop whoop. Now, I am forgetting something, y'all. I did have 2 glasses of wine, but that came at the very, 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 very end when we got our total for checking out the hotel. And Sine ordered some like some room service that day too. So, but I'm gonna get to that total at the end. All right, y'all, we are back with day 4. Day 4 included us going on the Halong Bay cruise. And so the Halong Bay cruise ended up being $192 per person. Now, let me explain to you what this included. This included transportation from your hotel all the way to Halong Bay to catch your cruise ship. We stayed on the amazing 𝗦𝗂𝗽𝗽𝗀. 𝗦𝗂𝗽𝗽𝗀 is a beautiful, beautiful ship. It includes your transportation to and from. It also includes your food, so that meant we were able to have lunch upon arriving, dinner, then brunch again that next morning before leaving. And then it also included your activity. And so the activity we were able to do was like this cave excursion, which was really nice. It was very serene. It was very peaceful. And our little lady was just rowing the boat. And baby, she got some strong arms to be rowing all these people multiple times a day. Ooh, baby. And then the other excursion was kayaking and swimming in the bay, which y'all know right here, I did involuntarily. We stayed in a suite on the boat as well. So let's be clear. Maybe if you did not stay in a suite, it would be a little more cheaper if that's what you're going for. But it was 3 of us. So we stayed in a room with the double bed and then the single bed. You can go look at that video if you want to see what the boat really looked like. I'm gonna combine day 4 and 5. Well, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Just know day 4, we paid $192 per person for the cruise, and that was the total for all of day. Now let's go on to day 5. Day 5, y'all, was popping. Day 5 was one for the boots. And let me tell you why. I linked up with my girl Tia. Hey girl, hey. And she was there with 2 of her amazing friends. And then of course her husband Travis came along. So day 5, we're getting off the boat. And in getting off the boat, we had to pay our fee. Now, let me tell you what we paid for. We paid for the taxes for the cruise. And y'all, drinks was not included. Not even water, not even soda. And of course, we got some alcoholic beverages because they had a happy hour, buy one, get one free. So of course, we indulged in the happy hour. And that was really most of our money on the boat was to buy drinks. And so on the boat, that came to be $1 million dong. Like it was like $1 million and something dong. But each of us ended up paying $20 for the drinks that we had. So that's part of day 5 prices, which is the $20 that we split for the bill for leaving the Halong Bay cruise. Then that night we went back to the hotel. We kind of rested up, and then we met up with our friends. Colette was able to meet up with Maddie and Danny from South Africa. Okay. And then, like I told you, I met up with Tia and the crew. Okay. And we went to Hanoi Taco Bar. First of all, the taxi ride to get there was around 100 dong, which is around $4. We got to the taco bar, and y'all, let me tell you something. Mexican food, me and Mexican food have a relationship no one would ever understand. When I tell you Mexican food is my favorite food, hands down, it's not just because I'm from Texas, okay? Mexican food is delicious. The tacos, the nachos, the margaritas, okay? And let me tell y'all, Hanoi Taco Bar had happy hour. So it was buy one, get one free, okay? Baby, yes. And it was buy one, get one free only on the drinks. But let me tell you, I went in on them tacos. I had a shrimp taco. I had a fish tempura taco. I had a birria taco. That was so...
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God, that was so good, y'all. That birria taco was so good. And I had a chicken taco. I could have did without that chicken taco. But that birria and that shrimp, hands down, hands down. And I had some fondue. Your girl was hungry, okay? Because that was my major complaint about the boat. Well, I'll get to that in the review. And so I had 4 tacos. And mind you, they came singles. They came like single tacos. And they wasn't small, but I was hungry. And I don't feel bad about it. So, and then I had the fondue, which was delicious. And then for dessert, I had the churros. I did. And I had the margarita. So for my buy one, get one margarita, I had a watermelon basil margarita, which was it was nah. And then I had the lemongrass ginger. That was delicious. And then the second time around, me and Sine split a pitcher. So when you buy one pitcher, you get the next one free, right? So we had 2 pitchers of the raspberry margaritas, and them raspberry margaritas went hard. my total at the Hanoi taco bar was $21. And then I said no, because it was like, my total was like 500,000 dong. But when I just looked up, 500,000 dong is $21. So y'all, all that food I just told y'all, the fondue, 4 different tacos, plus churros, plus 2 happy hour drinks. One being a pitcher, and then the other ones being just single drinks. That was $21. Are you getting it by now? Are you getting it? Okay, anyway. So then we had to take a taxi to get back to Train Street because baby Tia had this whole night planned out. She's like, we going to Train Street. We gonna see that train come by. And then we're going to Beer Street. So the taxi back to Train Street ended up being around $3. We went to Train Street. Wasn't nothing popping. Y'all saw in that last video I said Train Street was not training. Now how did Tia end up getting the shoot with the train? I don't know, and I'm a little jealous, but I'm happy for my friend. But I was like, damn. Everybody talk about Train Street, and then you don't even get to see the train on Train Street, but whatever. So we ended up going to Beer Street. Walking there was free. It was free because, and it was fun. It was just fun just walking the city with your friends and just having a good time. Like, it was just fun, okay? We went to the first club, and there was also a happy hour, okay? So the drinks there was another buy one, get one. And so it came to the total, it came to like where we were all able to, because it was 6 of us, so we was all able to kind of like tag team off the other. And I think there we paid a total, it was a total of like 400 and something thousand dong, which is less than $20. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Okay. So I don't remember what the individual total was, but I'm just gonna put that on here because I had a lot of cash, y'all. So a lot of times when I see the total will be like this much, I just pull out that big 500,000, baby. That big $21. Here you go. Here you go, boo. And everybody would just give me their cash. So I'm just gonna put that whole thing on my tab for day 5. So that was, I'm gonna say $20. Okay, it was 400 something thousand dong, 500,000. I'm gonna say $21 again for when we went to that first bar, and that included everyone's drink, which was buy one get one free. We went to the club, 1900 Bar Street, and it was free. It was ladies' night, and then Travis was the only guy with us, so he was able to get in for free as well. So it was like, win is a win, is a win, is a win. And then when we got in, y'all, it was literally a plethora of liquor. A plethora of liquor on the bar, just like, yeah, this for y'all. And we was like, we don't have to pay for this? I was like, no, this for y'all. Baby, they had whiskey, vodka, tequila. I think Sine had took like 2 or 3 tequila shots before we all could grab one. We was like, girl, what's going on? And of course, I grabbed my brown. And that was all I could push for the night. Because I was, baby, the margaritas at the Hanoi taco bar, that was already a lot. So I couldn't do no more. I realized on this trip, y'all, that I really can't drink the way I used to. Them days are slowly but surely, honey. That you can't put it away like that, baby. You was a woman of a certain age, and you got to start embracing that, LaQuisha. So, yeah. Yeah, I only had that one drink, y'all, and barely that. And when I say and barely that.
Barely.
Okay? So then, after we left the club, Sine and I took the little toot-toot car back to the hotel because there wasn't no way we was walking. Absolutely no way we was walking. And we did the little toot-toot car. I think he did upcharge us, which upcharge to us in American dollars would be like, oh, it still ain't a lot of money. But knowing that that really wasn't the rate that they was probably charging everybody else, it still kind of is like bothersome. But it wasn't just a big amount of money, because what he ended up charging me and Sine was 200,000 dong, which is $8.53. And then I did tip him, I think 50,000 dong. Let me see how much that is. So I tipped him an extra $2, which made me pay for my ride like $10. And he was, you know, one had 21 kids he had to feed. I kid y'all not. One, from the moment I got on that bike, he said, my name is One. I have 21 kids. And I just didn't think I heard him right. First of all, I was surprised that his name was One in Vietnam. But I didn't make no, you know, cross-cultural judgments. I was like, okay, I mean, you know. But then when he told me he had 21 kids, and then he pulled out receipts, y'all, because he pulled out pictures. He was like, yeah, like, this is number 1, this is number 7, this is number 10. I was like, so you don't call them by name, you call them by their number.
I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Yeah, when One told me he had them 21 kids, now I don't know if they was all biologically his or not, child. He probably took on, you know, some responsibilities. I don't know. Maybe they was some grandkids. I don't know. But I tipped One that 50,000 dong, and he was like, thank you so much, ma'am. And I was like, you're welcome. And then we went on upstairs, and that was the end of day 5. Day 5 came to $79.66. Let's move on. All right, y'all, we're back with day 6 of our Hanoi, Vietnam adventures and giving you the cost breakdown. So now we're on day 6. Day 6, we did a road trip to Sapa, Vietnam. Sapa, Vietnam is a 10-hour round trip drive. So 5 hours there, 5 hours back. And it's very close to the China border, okay? So this was as north as you could go in Vietnam without crossing over into China. And we went to Sapa because when you look at the vlogs on YouTube and stuff like that, Sapa is magical. It's a little bit of Bali, it's a little bit of Thailand, it's a little bit, like, it's just beautiful. And so we went thinking, okay, this is gonna be majestic, this is gonna be amazing. We was gonna go to the highest mountaintop in Vietnam. We were going to go to the temples. We was gonna do the Stairway of Heaven pose. We was gonna do the open gates pose like in Bali. Like, we just had all these different plans. And then we drive the 5 hours in a private car. And y'all, that car was so little. That car, I just knew that couldn't have been the car. But he was the only person outside. And then the wake up time, y'all, or the pickup time was 6 a.m. in the morning. So we left with no breakfast, nothing. So at this point, we like, well, damn, okay. The private car, which was a service through Mr. Leo, I cannot remember his company name for nothing. I want to say it's Vietnam Transports, or his name was Mr. Leo. The car was a total of $93 per person. I get why it was so much, because gas, because the driver was literally with us all day. And then the driving time, and then just the focus of him driving and stuff like that. Now, let's be clear, as Miss Mary would say, the drive was not smooth. It was a lot of bumps and humps, and his car was little. His car was packing weight when we got in there. So, baby, you trying to speed and fly over these humps and bumps, and that don't work, because we literally are feeling every single dip in the road. That didn't work. And then we stopped and got breakfast. For breakfast, we ate some pho soup, some pho beef soup, Per person, I think it was 50,000 dong per person, which is around $2.13. And we got in the car, we got to the place, and you're usually supposed to pay a $4 entry fee, but we did not pay that. It was free. I don't know if we went in the wrong way. I don't know if we didn't go into the right entrance, but a lot of people saw us walking in and they didn't stop us or nothing. And so what we come to find out was that Sapa, the place that we went to, is kind of like the Miracle Garden, like kind of like Dubai. And it's very nice. It's very beautiful. It's just the weather when we went was absolutely horrible. It was the worst. It started thundering, and at first I was like, oh, maybe that's just the train, because they had a train station and then they had a cable car. Y'all, that was real lightning and real thunder, and literally it was passing, okay? And then it started raining. When I was up there on the little stairwell to heaven thing, I was like, let me get down. I'm already scared to be up here because, you know, I'm scared of heights, child. It's thundering, it's raining, get me down now. I mean, I had to get myself down, but that's how I was saying to myself, get down now, okay? So far, all of this is free, because all we're doing is taking pictures, posing, you know, whatever. Real cute stuff. Then we go up into the building and to try to get out the rain, and we realized that, and Colette was like, I want to do the cable car. Now, the cable car takes you to the highest mountain point in Vietnam. Okay, listen, y'all. I didn't really know. Like, I knew, but I didn't know. Like, I was comparing this cable car to the cable car in Turkey. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that high. It wasn't that long of a ride. This was swoocha. This was a lot. So the cable car ride was $34 a person, 800,000 dong, which kind of surprised us. We was like, damn, that's pretty expensive. But I mean, in American money, no, it's not. But we wasn't used to hearing that expensive of a price for the dong. So when she said that, we was like, oh girls, how much? That's too much money. But then when I calculated to American, I was like, oh, that's $34.12. Okay, pretty standard for a cable car. And so we did the cable car after having my anxiety attack and thinking the worst as we kept going higher and higher. And the man from Australia want to keep pointing out, oh, we going way up there. Okay, thank you. On a ride that seemed like it was never going to end, okay? We finally made it up to the top. We get there and y'all, it's just fog. Literally just fog. And we like, well, damn, why did they let us buy the cable car to come? And she did. Okay, so I will say this. She did tell us, she said, if you pay for the cable card and you go, you need a raincoat. And we was like, okay, cool. We didn't think we was gonna really need it. I mean, yes, she told us, but we didn't think we was gonna really need it. Nah, we really need it. Like, y'all, it was so cold up there. Our hands started to freeze. Like, nothing, it was just cold. It was just cold. Like, at that point, nothing was really warm. Not our feet, not our hands. Like, we was just cold. And we brought these little bitty thin jackets. Hell, my jean jacket got a rip at the elbow. Like, where did we think we was going? Like, what was we doing? What was we doing with ourselves? Like, come on now. Oh, we can't see nothing. We just up there and we're just like, okay, we can't see nothing. It was more stairs to climb so you can get to the big Buddha temple and stuff like that. Y'all, we couldn't see none of that. It was just fog. So we ended up going in and we got hot cocoa. The hot cocoa, I think, was 90,000, which is $3.84. That hot cocoa was delicious. It was so good. It was so good. And then we went to the souvenir shop and I got 2 magnets at the souvenir shop there. And that ended up costing me, I think, how much did that end up costing me? I want to say 150 dong. Yes, it cost 150 dong because each magnet was like 75,000 dong. So 150,000 dong is $6.40 for 2 magnets. Then we took the cable car back down. Y'all, I was a little more calmer going down. I think because I kind of knew what to expect. I think because I knew I was getting back to the original points. And I think also too because 𝗦𝗍 was playing some music for me, which she did the little love language thing, like acts of service. And I was just like, look at my friend. She's so cute. But anyway, and then when we got down there, it was another gift shop. And I was like, well, damn, I should have came to this gift shop from the start because it had better stuff and it was a little bit cheaper. Like 5,000 dong cheaper. And 𝗦𝗍 was like, girl, that's a penny. And I was like, well, no, okay. So I ended up getting 2 more magnets. That was 70,000 dong each, so that's 140. And then I got 3 shot glasses, which was also 70,000 each. $14 for those additional souvenirs, the 3 shot glasses and the 2 magnets. Getting pulled apart by this lady who just thought she was gonna take this picture with me. No, ma'am. No. Then we was looking for something to eat. We didn't really find nothing to eat, so we just went back to the driver and said, we ready to go. When we was looking around 𝗧 and they didn't have nothing either one of us wanted, because I think by that time, me and Colette was kind of, food out. So we was just like, we want McDonald's. And then 𝗦𝗍 was like, I want spring rolls. And they didn't have none of that in 𝗧. And so we said, just take us to Hanoi. So then we get to Hanoi 5 hours later. By this time, we ordered some Popeyes. And the Popeyes, I think, ended up being like maybe another 500,000, which is like $21. And then we did give the driver a tip, but the tip ended up costing for the breakfast out of his own pocket. So we had to reimburse him for that. And then I don't think it was another tip added on to there because we was like, wait, what's happening? So that was 200,000 dong, which is around $10.66. It's all for day 6. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Well, I'm gonna say that in the review of Hanoi. So the total for day 6 comes to $185.96. And now that gets us to day 7. If y'all have been enjoying this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. And don't forget to share and subscribe. I just have to leave that out there. I know that's my girl 𝗬𝗻𝗺, but I just have to put that out there as well. So let's get to our final day in Hanoi. Our final day in Hanoi, we chilled. We got up, ate our free breakfast. And then after we got up and ate our free breakfast, well, I take that back. The 2 ladies got up and ate their free breakfast. I was busy editing videos and trying to upload the videos, and that took up most of my night. And then when I finally did wake up, I found out that my dog had ran away and child had been missing for some days. So I was a little emotional about that, so I didn't really eat. And then by this time, my stomach had started hurting me, y'all, and I don't know if it was the street food catching up with me, so I really didn't feel comfortable eating. It was a lot of factors in that, but nevertheless, they enjoyed the free breakfast. And then when all of that was said and done, we ended up saying, hey, let's go and get some pictures on the infamous train street in our beautiful hats and whatever like that. And let's go see if we can try to catch the train. Definitely didn't catch the train. And then we ended up going to a cafe near Train Street, near the not so busy part of Train Street. And there I had 2 street coffees. I had the egg coffee, which is amazing, and I'm going to recreate that soon. And then I also had the coconut coffee, which is delicious. And both of those came to a total for me of 70,000 dong. Yeah, so 70,000 dong, that's $3. So day 7 is starting off with me spending $3. And then after taking some pictures, we went back by the hotel. Cause listen, I'm just gonna stay, you all, because I don't want to go out and spend no money, no extra money. And then me and 𝗦𝗍 went and we walked the strip and we was trying to look for some last minute souvenirs. We ended up running into this cute lady who had the typical images you see of the women in Vietnam, which looks like my card with the ladies with the baskets, with the fruit baskets that they are juggling, right? We ran into her and we said, oh my gosh, can we please take a picture with your stuff? And she said, yes, of course. And I said, well, how much for the picture? She said, no cost for the picture, just buy fruit for me. I promise you, you will love this fruit. And so we was like, okay, cool. So me and Sinead both took the pictures. As you can see, they are gorgeous, okay? And then after that, she ended up giving us 2 bags of pineapple. And the 2 bags of pineapple ended up being 150,000 dong, which is around, I want to say $6. I know this Vietnam money now, baby. I know this Vietnam money now, okay? So yes, that's $6.40. And that pineapple was delicious. Like, she did not steer us wrong. And I didn't feel bad about, buying the fruit from her, because this is how they make a living. I was watching a video about Vietnam before going. I did a lot of research on Vietnam before going, like I always do for every trip. And I entrusted YouTube, and this guy did this video about the scams of Vietnam. And one of them was about the people who have the fruit things. And he was saying how they scam you because they'll charge you all this money for this fruit when it should be this much and this much. And I'm just thinking to myself, first of all, you insulting the people of Vietnam by calling them lowlifes and all this type of stuff and scumbags. Number 2, your privilege is showing, because, sir, the fruit was literally $3. And you talking about, but it should be $2. Who are you? Like, I learned a long time ago, when you go to developing countries, and I don't even like using that term because I feel like these countries are developed, but they have been so imperialized that whenever they have tourists, of course they're going to spike up the prices. Of course they're going to, like, I've learned to not haggle people. At the end of the day, if I can't afford it, I'm just not going to get it. And it's nothing against the people. It's nothing against their shop. It's nothing against their craftsmanship. But if I feel like that's a little too much, instead of me haggling you back and forth, I'm just not going to get it, because this is how they are making a living. This is how they're eating. After taking the pictures, getting the fruit, me and Sinead ended up finding some last minute souvenirs. And I think that came to a total of around $21. We got some shirts, we got a little statue. Sinead got some other stuff for her family and friends, and we just combined the total together. Remember I told y'all we went back to the hotel and we had to pay a closeout fee. And so the closeout fee included all of our room service and some taxes that we had to pay for the hotel. And that came to about $20 a person. So it was a total of $60 that we spent between room service as well as the fees and things like that and taxes and stuff like that. And then it was time to head back to the airport, which we took the hotel transportation for $22. And then, then we was at the airport and it was time to come back to Kuwait. So when I add that to day 7 balance, day 7 comes to a grand total of $72.40. Are y'all not getting it yet? All right, y'all. So we are done. This has been a complete breakdown of my Vietnam adventure for spring break. Y'all asked and your girl delivered, because I gave receipts. I gave breakdowns of each day. Okay. So let me give you the grand total for all 7 days in Vietnam, including my online e-visa, including the flights, including the hotel, including all the excursions that we did, and going to neighboring towns. The grand total for spring break was $2,501.01. And if I divide that by 7, I spent roughly around $357 per day. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but this was good for me because I don't even keep a budget when I go on vacation these days. I just kind of go, and if I want to do it, I do it, and if I don't, I don't. But I know I had a lot of people asking, like, how do you afford these trips? How do you do it? How do you do this? When I know that it's something that I want to do, I take like my money and I kind of allocate it to how I want it to go. But knowing these things, you start putting money aside per check. Like, okay, let me set this aside because I know I need this for this. Let me set this aside because I need this for this. Like, I know y'all see sometimes y'all be like, oh, she just be shopping and buying and doing stuff. And I do. Thank you, Lord. I have that autonomy. But I also, too, be budgeting. So if I know it's something I really want to do, if I know it's something I really want to make happen, your girl gets out of budget. She keeps a budget. She do what she has to do. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Again, just support the video. Support it. And I will talk to y'all in the next video as I review Hanoi, Vietnam. Take it away, Robbie.
That's the end of the vlog. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Black Girl Abroad. Bye!